Alright, welcome back to another Let's Play Sierra Games! This time I'm going to delve into the dark and mysterious Phantasmagoria. So, if you enjoy ghosts and stuff like that, go ahead and hit that like button. If you happen to enjoy killing ghosts, getting rid of them, go ahead. Alright, we are now sliding into Chapter 4, and real quick I'm going to give that warning of the simulated rape scene. It happens right here, so if you are triggered by anything that may be a part of your past that has anything to do with this, or just in general triggered by even simulated rape scenes, please skip to about 3 minutes into beyond this point. I understand for those that are triggered by that, for sure. I completely sympathize. Story-wise, it is to show the escalation of Dawn that we're slowly seeing throughout all the chapters. We see him becoming more and more aggressive. And this simulated rape scene that is about to happen is a sure indication that he is nothing like the person he was that we saw initially, and clearly has escalated beyond just being an asshole. Now he's a monster. You could say quite literally. Then at first they do make it seem like it is a moment of making up for how he was, but it quickly starts changing with the sound of that music. You'll see he becomes extremely aggressive. So it picks up after that. She's on her bed tying her shoe, which, this is also very odd. Each chapter represents a different day, or sometimes even, I think, a couple of days. And she always wears the same black pants and orange shirt throughout each of the days. So it's weird that they never actually, to indicate the passing of days, also have her shirt, at the very least, be different. Like even a different color, like maybe a sweater, but maybe a blue one or something like that. Anyway, that's nitpicking. So things have definitely taken a very dark turn in the game now. And yep, still creepy mist. And I was so disappointed that when I did this second playthrough, after doing the one where I had to go back and redo it all because I couldn't get restored back to previous to the chase scene, that I never got the crying baby to trigger. Because honestly, that's probably one of the most memorable moments for me in this game. Because like I said earlier, it'd been myself, my wife, my best friend Chuck, and his wife Tammy. We'd all been playing it. We were all sitting around the computer when that happened, and when that chair turned, freaked us all out. So remember earlier I said that there was something that was going to change, and that's why you should go into every room. As you can see, there's something clearly trying to get your attention over there because it's like flickering and glowing. So we're going to go ahead and go take a look at it. And this time it's not the box and it's not the ring that I said it was. It's actually like a pendant.
I found this in your room. Where did you get it?
Why, Zoltan, what do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. Gaston gave it to you, didn't he?
No, I bought it when we were in London last month.
I'm not a fool, Marie. I've been watching. When he looks at you, you smile and blush. And he's always hovering around you backstage.
But you're wrong, Zoltan. He's just a friend, that's all.
I don't want him here tomorrow night.
But he's your prop man. He has a right to be at your party. Please, don't accuse me of this. Believe me, Zoltan. I love you. Only you.
I want to believe you, Marie. I do.
So there's a hint that something seems to be going on between
What the?
at least that wife and Gaston. And you notice the pendant simply disappears after she touches it. Because creepy mist over the crib wasn't enough, pendants disappearing out of your hand and hearing voices, or dreams of a bed attacking you, those aren't enough reasons to leave the house. Again, such a good job with the music, the way it sounds like a warped, like one of those wind-up toys. So good. At least today, her computer is closed, because you remember the previous chapter it was found open. But don't worry, a little bit later something's gonna happen. Never figured out why the TV was even a thing. At least later on, like I said before, they actually address like trying to have a phone in the house that works. I just don't understand why even the TV's like even there or even clickable. You clearly know you don't have cable. You bought this enormous house, but you can't afford cable. You also can't afford a $2,200 cross, apparently.
My dearest Gaston, I can't wait to see you, my angel. It's been far too long. Let's take a few moments for ourselves
during Zoltan's party next week. We'll meet in the gazebo, away from all the revelry.
So there is a mention of the gazebo.
Angel,
So you
how I
know,
yearn for your
remember we
sweet
peeked
kiss.
out the window
Your strong arms
from
holding
upstairs
me
and we can
tight,
see a gazebo.
protecting me.
Maybe hard to
And
tell
oh,
when
my
you peek out the
dear,
window, but it
I
is a
need
gazebo.
protecting.
We just don't have a
I'm
way to get
afraid
there
my
yet.
husband's beginning to suspect. He watches me night and day. Perhaps we can steal away, run away, forever from his sight. My only consolation is thoughts of you, my angel. Always, your adoring love, Marie.
You'll notice that I'm hitting the fast forward in the game, because I'm just basically going in to see pretty much every chapter, to check every room to see if anything has changed.
Hey, I've been waiting for you.
I'm sorry, Harriet. I forgot all about it. You ready to work?
Yeah, ma'am. Tell me what to do.
Well, let's see. Kitchen dishes need washing. Our bed needs to be made.
This is one part where I think the music should have just been faded out while she's talking to Harriet.
And the floor needs sweeping.
I'll get right on it. Anything else? Oh, by the way, I see you carrying around that newspaper. You want me to throw it away for you?
Please, would you?
And when she said anything else, you could have given her the tarot cards there, but you can also give them to Cyrus later. So that's what I was talking about. If you keep walking straight, that's where you'll go to a path that splits. One to the crypt, or one to the cemetery, one to the ridge.
Yeah, you stupid cat. Just want to play with you is all. You stupid kitty cat. Try to run away and all I want to do is play. Gotcha.
Cyrus? Cyrus, what are you doing?
Nothing. Ow.
you doing with my cat?
I was just playing with it is all.
Cyrus, don't play with him, okay?
Okay.
Now the thing is, we need to go keep talking to him, so we need to find him here in a second. But in the meantime, we can poke around some more. And this is essentially the other side of the path, so if you go across here, you're back at this part of the gate. Which from here you can walk, straight towards forward, and you'll go back to the front of your house. But if you turn around, there you can see Cyrus in the background. If you go this way, you'll see it is the crypt. And you can't enter it or anything like that. You can just go in there and kind of look. Which is a bummer because it would have been a good opportunity to show that there's a cross or something in there. Because, as I said, all the walkthroughs basically say later on we'll find a secret passage and that you can find your way to the crypt where you take the cross. I did it a totally different way in how I acquired the cross. So it would have been kind of cool to know that there's a cross there to acquire.
Too far. That'd be a long jump.
And this is what I was talking about, where you can't cross here, and this path is where it will eventually lead to the gazebo. But that tree needs to come down first. And we've seen a tree get knocked down before in a Space Quest game. And sort of do the same thing to basically cross a ravine. But what we can do is get someone who is very strong, such as Cyrus, to push down the tree.
Cyrus?
Huh?
When I was in the tower room, I could see a little building in the woods. I was wondering, have you seen it?
Yeah. It's over there.
Well, can you show me the way?
Well, the trail's all washed out. Usually what I do, I just jump over.
But where is it, Cyrus?
Over there. Oh, okay. I'll show you. Come on, follow me.
I like that it says follow me, but then he's nowhere on the screen to actually see where he took off to.
Oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you.
I'm sorry, Cyrus. I tried to hurry.
Oh, that's okay. See? There it is. Just like I told you. Come on.
Oh, I don't know, Cyrus. Looks kind of dangerous. Isn't there another way?
No. Oh, look out. I can fix it.
Oh my God, Cyrus.
There you go.
You're amazing, Cyrus. I can't believe you did that.
Of course I did. I'm strong. See?
Wow, boy, you are strong.
Yeah, I know. Ma always tells me that I'm more muscles than brains.
Yeah, well, your mother was
That's
right, Cyrus.
so nice of her to agree.
Heck, it ain't nothing. Oh,
a nice way to excuse Cyrus out of the way so that he doesn't go with you to the gazebo by having the mom call. So what you need to do is essentially click on the tree of the fallen tree and then cross the path. And we're about to see something in the gazebo that will be pretty gruesome. But again, there's something flashing in the dirt, trying to draw your attention to it. And it's hard to tell at first what you're looking at. Like even if you drag it over the eye to get a closer look at what it is, it's still not super clear what you're looking at until you see something later. Like to me it looks like one of those little stoppers that you put under the chair so it doesn't scrape across a wooden floor. But it doesn't explain the tiny little hole. The tiny little hole is pretty much the dead giveaway as to what it's for. You can kind of see it in the background. You can see a telescope. But in the meantime, let's go in the gazebo first. And ooh, there's a weird chill. And all the plants are dead. Which is not surprising. If no one has technically lived in the house for a long time, all the plants should probably be dead. But what we're going to do is we're going to pick up this spade. And we're going to get a vision. All the plants suddenly look healthy. Such good music. Really creepy, really well done.
Zoltan, what are you doing here? Did you want something?
I'm not sure if I was her, if I would have put the spade or the hoe. I can't remember if that's a spade or a hoe. I think that's a hoe.
Why did you...
Maybe it is a spade. I can't remember what that instrument is called.
Zoltan. Zoltan. Leave me to my plants.
Yes.
And once again, everything returns to normal. I mean, at what point do you say it's time to leave this house? It conveniently puts her over by the telescope, which if you click on, she'll make a note. That's because it's missing the iScope lens.
Oh, it's missing a lens piece.
Guess what we just found on the dirt road? Could it be a lens piece? Now there's the room where you peered out the window from Malcolm, but over to the left there's yet another room.
That other window there by the
that's
tower
up
room.
higher. So now we know there's yet another room we've not seen. And spoiler alert, it's time to knock down that wooden wall.
Wonder who that could be.
If you've paid attention to what I've been saying, you can probably guess who that is. If you actually walk south from the screen, you'll get a wider view of the parking lot to see who it is, but you just walk inside and you'll see. It's a guy putting in a telephone.
You must be installing the phone.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Mike. Your caretakers let me in.
Oh, great. I'm going nuts without a phone.
Which is weird because she doesn't make
Yeah, I can
any
understand
indication that she's needed a phone.
This is quite a place you got here, ma'am.
Adrian. Yeah, it is quite a place, isn't it?
I better get back to work.
Okay.
I like that he's like, I need to get back to work, but then he takes a second look at her because she's a very beautiful woman.
Everything okay here?
So far, so good.
Good.
Adrian! Who is that woman? Who is she?
Dawn
It's
being
Harriet.
jerk face,
I don't want her around our house, so you had better get rid of her.
continuing to escalate. Which is funny because we never actually see him see Harriet. But we can assume that she was probably cleaning the house, like she had asked, and he probably saw Harriet at some point in the house. But it would kind of been cool to actually see when he sees her, you know, kind of get more into Don losing his mind, if you will. More like his soul, but there you have it. Yeah, the creepy thing over the crib is still there, but we're not freaked out.
God, what is this?
Ectoplasm is what I think they'd call it in Ghostbusters. But hey, you do you, boo. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the wall, and we're just going to take a hammer to it. I mean, I admire how well she can tear something apart, like when we saw her tear apart the bricks in the fireplace with a broken letter opener and got all those bricks out, and now she's just ripping this wood out. And I like that they actually take the time to actually show her deconstructing it. Not that, she kicked it twice and suddenly that there's this huge hole. But you actually see, she's taking effort, taking time, to actually rip it apart, kick it, and it's not just one and done kind of thing. So now we're about to go into this weird room that's behind this wooden wall. Oh, look. Photos of his wives. And it's hard to sometimes see, but in the device behind it, you can see it kind of shimmering. That's not like pixelating graphics. It's indicating something's there. Someone died there, and we will see that is one of them that'll trigger that you see how she dies. And hers is pretty, I mean, they're all really gruesome, but hers is pretty dark. Why is it that the sound of children laughing is either the most beautiful thing in the world, or when you're in a haunted house, it's the creepiest thing in the world? They can fly to both spectrums. And then don't be tricked because she stands up and looks at it. You want to look at everything. For example, that pin. Remember when I said earlier that You gotta pay attention to what Lou is saying on the phone when you first walk in. Because guess what she does? She pockets that pin. And then there's one more thing in there, the diary.
September 14th, 1889. Dear Diary, I grow increasingly fearful of Zoltan. I feel the burn of his eyes upon me as he watches my every move. Did my little girl have such fears? Did she suffer when he snuffed out her baby life?
Boom.
How could people believe him when he said it was an accident? It was no accident. But, dear diary, Zoltan wasn't always like this. I remember, not so long ago, when he was loving and gay. He was overjoyed when Sophia was born. I know, I remember. But after his trip to Paris last year, he changed. Something happened to him. I don't know what. Now, all I have left are my plants. I spend most of my time in my greenhouse, as far away as I can get from Zoltan's ever-watchful eyes.
So now we know that he is responsible for killing his own daughter. We know that he's responsible for killing her as well. And she mentions that he changed after going to Paris. If you remember earlier, we found a letter about how someone had found an actual book of like dark magic, and that he would be happy to meet him in Paris. So we know that's what caused the change. Just trying to figure out what that thing is, but we'll find out soon enough. We're almost done with chapter 4, so pretty soon we'll be heading into chapter 5, and then, as I said, the game goes for 7 chapters. You can tell I'm just waiting for the thing to trigger every time I walk in this room, but it never does in this version. I would love to find out what it is that triggers it, because like I said, that was the most memorable thing. And I don't know what I did different other than the fact there's a few things that I know in the second playthrough that I forgot to do. Like, for example, when you go to Wormwood's house, in this playthrough, I didn't open the mailbox first to see the letter from R. Williams to him, which not a big deal. Just essentially just knows you, or lets you know that his name is Malcolm Wormwood.
Stinking, filthy son of a bitch! You stay away from my life. Just what are you accusing me of, sir? I know exactly what you're doing here.
John, shut up!
So we know how Zoltan is extremely jealous. Now we're seeing that same tendency in Dawn. I noticed the phone is suddenly gone from the table, like he took the phone and everything. Which, by the way, is a waste, because he comes back to install the phone. And that ends that chapter.